Now, let's return to Abuja, where a member of the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, is standing by. Mr. Agbese, earlier today, you moved the motion on the floor of the Green Chamber asking that Japa syndrome be declared a national emergency. What exactly informed your action?
Well, thank you very much for having me tonight. And I want to thank all my colleagues, particularly Mr. Speaker, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, for that wonderful outing today on the floor of the House. Actually, one of my colleagues misconstrued the motion to mean restriction or infringement on the fundamental human right of Nigerian citizens to movement. And I beg to disagree with that because actually, it is not the title of the motion that is the issue. The issue we raised today, which was debated, and we strongly believe that in the next few weeks, Nigerians are going to come to terms with it, is to actually address the remote cause of people migrating the way they do from Nigeria to other parts of the world. And in some other part of the world, it is actually a part of their foreign policy, to send their citizens abroad to study and return back to their country. What happens in our country today is a situation where people live as a result of the current realities. Many leave never to return back, and the situation abroad is actually not what people should run away to meet. For instance, I was in the UK for 16 years, for 6 years. I returned back to the country because I know that it is not going abroad or staying abroad is actually not the best, especially when you take flight as a result of fear, of insecurity. You leave as a result of a lack of employment. Our schools are not working. And thanks to President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he had just passed the student loan scheme, which is a very good one. So the motion is intended, to address these issues that give rise to people running away from the country. For instance, doctors, are leaving. These are our best brain. Nurses are leaving. They are not leaving because they are going for further studies. They are leaving because we have a living condition that is not suitable for them in the country here. And for those of us who supported that motion, we are out to say the Nigerian state must address these issues. What are the issues that are leading to our citizens running away from their own country? What are the issues leading to professionals like engineers, bankers, software, IT experts, all leaving this country? Is it the wages that is not commensurate with what they should earn? Do we have to do something to make them feel more comfortable? Do we as a state have to provide social amenities to make our citizens a bit more comfortable? So these are the issues that the motion, by God's grace, when we bring it back to the House, will address. And I'm very sure Nigerians will be quite pleased with the outing that will come out of the National Assembly.
So you seem to believe that it's a misconception or misunderstanding of the topic, because that didn't seem to actually address the meat of the matter, which you have said is about the issues that actually predispose Nigerians to emigrating and not necessarily returning to the country. You have said you plan to reintroduce this motion. When is that likely to be?
Well, for now, I want to take my time to talk to my colleagues, to discuss it with them, and if possible, as part of my legislative agenda, to sponsor a kind of public debate, to have experts, to even have people who have left the country, those who have returned back, those who are still around, those who are planning to leave. Why I'm very passionate about this particular motion is because the population of those who have the means to leave the country is actually very minute as compared to those who are unable to leave the country. And when people are unable to leave the country and are frustrated and are tired, and the state is not doing anything, to address the issues why they want to leave the country, we are going to have a reservoir for the kind of crisis we had in NSAS, and young people taking their lives, young people being disenchanted with the Nigerian state. So all we are saying is that thank God for this new new air in the country, which is the coming of President Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. He has come. Parliament is to partner with the executive. And how do we partner with the executive? We must come up with strategies, action, policies, and plans to support the executive in a way and manner that the citizens are happy with us at the end of the day. And I
Absolutely,
believe,
Mr. Agbese, this partnership is very critical. And if you would recall, the president himself has said something about it would be a time of Japa, when those who have gone out are actually expected to return to the country, because he hopes to do some really great things that would inspire hope in the country. How confident are you in the ability of this administration to deliver on its promises to Nigerians?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. Since May 29, when His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over the reins of power of this country, we have seen tremendous improvement in critical areas. We have seen policy directives that show clearly that he came prepared for the job. And we have seen the way he has been tackling the issue of corruption, which has been a very endemic and has actually contributed to the problems that led to people running away from the country. We are seeing the issues of security, being tackled. When the president came on board, he invited the service chiefs. He had a meeting with them. He has hit the ground running, inviting stakeholders. Just this afternoon, we saw a list of advisors appointed by the president. These are people of very high integrity, technocrats, people who know exactly what to do. I saw the appointment of one other person who was DG of the Sugar Development Council, a person who has really done well, coming on board as advisor to the president on revenue mobilization, and a couple of other folks. So far, so good. I think the takeoff of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is quite different from what we had in 2015. It's also different from what we had in 2011, 2007, and the subsequent years backward. Then the election of the leadership of the National Assembly, we also saw how rancorous, rancor-free it was, without any form of rancor, particularly in the House of Representatives, where His Excellency Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas was overwhelmingly voted by over 99.9% of the members. This was solely Asiwaju's effort. He interacted with the members. He called us, had meetings with us a couple of times, and we saw the need to support him with the kind of leadership. And let me put it very clearly.
Well, Mr. Agbese, I know you can go on and on with this, but one thing is clear, you have a lot of confidence in the ability of this administration to actually deliver. And we're wishing you and your colleagues the best as you go about the business of lawmaking, which is the reason you were actually elected. Philip Agbese is a member of the House of Representatives from Benue State. Thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.